Hey, let's bring in Ryan Horvat for our Monday show. Hey, Horvat, happy birthday.
Hey, thanks, man. 29 today, feeling good. Next year I'll be 30. I'll feel a little bit older, but excited for the day. What
30,
better
geez.
way to spend my birthday than at work? I wanted to go to Las Vegas for the Raiders-Packers game, but it was declined. My request was declined. What a perfect way to spend my birthday, though. My favorite team playing in my favorite location against my least favorite team because those cucks stole Devontae Adams from us. That said, Devontae Adams reception prop over tonight. Devontae Adams anytime touchdown, playing it tonight. Devontae Adams receiving yards, playing him tonight. You got a prop for Devontae? I'm betting on it. Revenge game, even though he's the one that left us.
Yeah, a lot of people want to be, hey, the Packers should trade for Devontae. They ain't trading for Devontae.
No, give us and I love Devontae, but we're not going to trade back for a 30-plus-year-old wide receiver. He's great. He's still one of the best in the league, if not the best.
We're not a Devontae away from a Super Bowl.
No, so we're like we might be like a defensive coordinator, a head coach, like fucking 2 linebackers, 2 safeties, a quarterback. Oh, just kidding. I think the quarterback's like the only thing I actually have faith in with this team right now.
We're at least 5 or 6 starters away from a Super Bowl.
Like 1 week LaFleur, here's the thing, right? All I heard about was how like Aaron Rodgers was changing plays at the line of scrimmage, which obviously he was doing with McCarthy. But I don't know that he was. I think Rodgers was running the Matt LaFleur offense, and I think that's why there were times where Rodgers would go over to the sideline and look like he wanted to rip Matt LaFleur's fucking face off, even though they were like best buds. And I think right now it's pretty early, but I won't be shocked by next year, week 3, week 4, if Jordan Love's not doing the same thing, because I just watched that game again. For the life of me, I'll never understand why you have Jordan Love going against the Lions, who are getting pressure, again, at like a 36% rate. Hutchinson's playing out of his mind. You're down 2 of your starting linemen, your 2 best linemen, and Elton Jenkins and David Bakhtiari. And I know Aaron Jones is dinged and he's on a pitch count, and Detroit's number 5 against the run, but you didn't even have the threat of a run out there most of the time. It was just like empty. They didn't run the ball until they were already down 14-3 in that game. The only reason they had 3 points was because they were gifted a short field, and LaFleur's not calling any run plays. And then his first 2 run plays are halfback draws to A.J. Dillon on 1st and 2nd down to, again, then set Jordan Love up for a known passing down on 3rd down where Detroit's pass rush could just tee off. So, like, people were, like, shitting. Like, casuals were like, maybe Jordan Love isn't the guy. No, maybe, like, LaFleur was hungover. Like, that was the worst fucking play calling I've ever seen. It was bad. That was, like, Arthur Smith bad. That was Nathaniel Hackett bad. So
somebody tweeted me, like, joking.
I don't know
how the NFL is scripted, because like LaFleur seems like he always seems like he can't like he's doing as best as he can, but there's different circumstances at play. Like I'm trying, but this is the way it's got to be. Like it just there's something off with the way that he coaches to me.
Where was all that shit from the first couple weeks of the season? Like, I thought that the game plan against Chicago was perfect. And I get, again, you're down some pieces and Jones is dinged and A.J. Dillon's no good and you're down 2 linemen. But, like, where's the pre-snap motion that we saw? Where's the window dressing? Like, where's the trick plays? Like, are we just done with the trick plays because for whatever reason we tried one on 4th and 2 and it didn't work out? Yeah, it just hasn't – last week was bad. That said, though, perfect timing to bounce back because you get the Las Vegas Raiders and that shithole of a defense. Other than Max Crosby, really nobody on that defense is any good. Their other best players.
If they lose this game,
yeah.
Like if they lose this game, I think LaFleur's undefeated heading into the bye. Actually, I was reading the Packers dope sheet.
He is.
I love the Packers in this game. Like, love. They should destroy. They should own.
Why is it only a 1-point spread?
I don't know. Maybe Matt LaFleur, maybe Devontae, maybe.
I bet the over. I don't think either team's getting many stops in this game.
I just like if they lose this game, Matt LaFleur, Matt LaFleur needs to fucking go.
Like, I'm going to pick him to win this game. I'm not going to bet him to win this game.
I'm not trying to be Matt LaFleur fired guy, but I just don't think he's it, man.
Depends how they lose.
Is that wrong?
I think it depends how they lose, man.
You see Terry Bradshaw gargling through an interview on the podium with Matt LaFleur up there at the Super Bowl?
So I think LaFleur's problem is, like, he's a smart guy. Sometimes he's creative with his play calling. And I think the scripted stuff is really good. Like in the first quarter, the first two drives are usually pretty good. And then in the third quarter, stuff's usually pretty good. But I don't think he's good at in-game adjustments or management.
No, he needs the world to pause.
He always gets out coached.
So he can like go up to his office, figure out what to do. Then he'll come up with the right answer. But in the moment, and I don't know if that's a lack of confidence or if it's too much information. It's too fast. The game needs to slow down for not Jordan Love, but Matthew Patrick LaFleur.
He's too fucking emotional for me sometimes. Like, where like Belichick is pissed and he's angry. But
oh my God, I guessed his middle name.
But he never looks like he's going to cry.
That's his middle name.
What? LaFleur?
No, Patrick.
Good guess.
That was just a guess. Matthew Patrick. I mean, this guy fucking, no way he wasn't being taught by a nun in 8th grade. This is as Catholic as it gets. Matthew Patrick.
I mean, I'm Catholic, so is that a shot?
Well, I mean, am I technically? I guess I am.
You want to fight about it? I didn't have a nun in the 8th grade. Sister Catherine was in the 6th grade. I did have nuns.
CCD.
I did have nuns in high school though. Yeah, the Packers have to win this game, man. 1-point favorites on the road, total 44.5. Like I said, I like the over. If they lose this game, I mean, it depends how they lose this game, before you start calling for the heads of the coaching staff. But, yeah, the play calling's got to be much better. They're going to have to get Aaron Jones involved. LaFleur shouldn't look like he's about to cry at half. There's no reason that Aaron Jones shouldn't have at least 6 to 8 touches, even if he's still dinged in the first half. And that's even too low because A.J. Dillon's no good. Got to get Christian Watson involved in the offense. Even if it's not like Christian Watson, 10 targets, a couple jet sweeps, at least just like the threat of him being out there is the deep threat, opens things up. So it's hard to be worried about the Raiders. I'll be pissed if they lose this game. I'm really down on the Raiders. I think the goal for the Raiders should be let's suck and let's get Caleb Williams or let's get Drake May because we just opened up a huge stadium in Las Vegas. And we want to be a big hit here. And I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo or Aiden O'Connell are going to move the needle. And I like Aiden O'Connell. I'm glad he got a shot last week. But
so game 2 of the NLDS is tonight, and the Brewers should be in it. But I think one of the things that people were saying with the Brewers was, why are you so mad? It's not like they're going to win against the Dodgers. And I'm like, well, okay, that's fine. But you should still beat this team that you played at home when you had lead. Like if the Packers go, like if they lose on Monday today, I'll be mad. And then people will say, well, it's not like they're going to go anywhere. Well, yeah, but they should not lose this game. Like I want to see, what we want to see is this team get better, this team improve. We want to see signs, You can't lose to Detroit the way you did and then respond with a loss against a shitty team. This team is bad.
No, I'm with you.
Their coach is dumber than yours.
Yeah, there's just like certain teams this year that you still want to beat even if the goal isn't to win a Super Bowl. Like I don't want to lose to Minnesota. At least want to split with Minnesota. And this is the game like where because even if it's a rebuild or a retool or whatever the fuck it is for Green Bay, it should still be better than what the Raiders have going on. You know what I mean? Which is usually shit culture. We're only a couple years removed from the rug stuff and the John Gruden stuff.
We're sort of in a rebuild. The Raiders are never in anything.
Like they hired Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels is awful. He's so fucking bad. Everybody watched it a couple weeks ago, last week, whenever that game was, where he kicked the field goal, make a one-possession game that never got the ball back.
Yeah, they call that the Matt LaFleur.
Yeah, he pulled the LaFleur. he's got all these weapons on offense they're not even using. Hunter Renfroe, my guy Michael Mayer, not to be confused with John Mayer. Baby Gronk, they called him at Notre Dame, calling him fucking baby milk carton right now.
Raiders lost the Super Bowl in 2002 because Baskin Robbins or whoever that lineman was fucking disappeared in the middle of the night. What's that guy's name?
Barrett Robinson or something like that. He was like on meth or something.
And then since then they've made the playoffs twice, once under Jack Del Rio, and then once because Brandon Staley like escorted them into the wild card round. This team is trash. They are terrible.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even if the Packers aren't winning 10, 11 games or going to the Super Bowl this year, you still got to be in better shape than the Raiders, right? So the thing that scares me is Devontae in this game. Who the fuck is going to cover Devontae? Are we going to get Jair on Devontae? Is Jair even going to play?
I don't know. And Devontae knows just how shitty our defense is.
I'm going to pick the Raiders.
What?
Yeah, I think Devontae's going to torch the Packers tonight. I hope Goots at this game.
How high would the over-under of catches have to be on Devontae before you took under?
In this game?
Because I think it's possible he has 20 receptions.
Yeah, how do you defend him? Is it like Jair with safety help up top? Because, like, what fucking Oh, yeah.
Devontae's going to have at least 30 targets.
How does this game not go over?
I don't know.
How do we not
Devontae is playing, right?
Who?
He's playing, right?
Who?
He's not, like, hurt.
Who are you talking about?
Devontae.
Yeah, no, Devontae's going to be out there.
Oh, what? He fucked up his shoulder.
He's playing.
But then he nutted up, yeah.
He's gonna have my predicted stat line for Devontae tonight: 14 receptions, 225 yards. No, that's not realistic. I'll go 11 receptions, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. Raiders win 27-24. I don't want to do this, right? Like, I'll be sad, but I have a bad feeling. Like, I didn't want to trade fucking Devontae Adams. I'm fine with the Rodgers shit. The Devontae stuff really hurts me every time.
Well, Rodgers is the one that, like, Devontae is like, here's what I think happened with Devontae and Rodgers. This will make
Jordan Love deserves nice things too. Like, I'm not that Christian.
Devontae was never like, the option of a trade. It's like a guy who's on a diet, doesn't want to eat chocolate. And then one day Devontae goes to Rodgers, I might want that piece of chocolate. And then Rodgers goes, oh, okay. And he shoves it down his fucking throat. And like, I'll help you get traded. Screw you.
Devontae, I miss Devontae the most because I think Devontae's a really good dude. And I also think he works really hard. I mean, you can tell he works really hard. Like, look at the way that he like transformed his body. You remember the drops early on in his career, all the shit that he had to deal with from schmucks like you, demanding that he was, demanding.
I want him cut. I flat out said cut him.
So I like felt like he should have been one of those guys that was a Packer for life. Same with Rodgers, but I mean, if Rodgers wanted to continue to play and it was time to go to Jordan Love, it was time to go to Jordan Love. But Devontae would have been great for this team, right? Devontae, Jordan Love. Yeah, like Jordan Love should have nice things too, not just Luke Musgraves and fucking Jaden Reed. And I like these guys, but they're 22 years old. What would help a young quarterback who's got all eyeballs on him and he's being evaluated this season and wants to get a big contract would be, I don't know, a top 5 NFL wide receiver.
I think when you ask why the spread is 1, that's why. Because I think Vegas looked at this and said all the things. I think they went through the same thing. And then one of the guys is like, shit, Devontae's going to have like 300 fucking yards, isn't he? Let's make the Packers a 1-point favorite.
That's what's scary. Obviously, I can make the case for the Packers, right? Jordan Love plays out of his mind. Defense does their job. They play like there's 9 first-round picks. They turn over Derek Carr, Jimmy Garoppolo, Aiden O'Connell, whoever the fuck's out there, and they win that game handily. But the case I can make in my head is Packers offensive line without David Bakhtiari, Max Crosby coming off the outside, who's blocking him, getting pressure. Jordan Love maybe serves up an interception. There's a strip sack. There's a turnover. And they can't stop Devontae. That'd be my concern in this game. And the run. Like, Josh Jacobs hasn't really – they finally got him going last week. Are they stopping the leading rushing leader? We saw what Atlanta just did to this team. I'm a little worried about this game. You know, I'm not betting it, but yeah, I'll pick the Raiders. Devontae revenge game. I hate myself.
Well, I think the Packers step up on your birthday. I think they're going to get the win.
That's the other thing. It's my birthday, and I can't have nice things. They wouldn't even give me the night off tonight.
It's bullshit.
I agree. I'm glad I could.
Why don't you just do what you would have done? Do what you would have done here.
I'm glad that I could vent on this podcast and where nobody will find me. What?
Thanks.
I mean, my boss is.
Just don't do the thing where you don't get the day off, and then all of a sudden you're sick.
I was just really sick 2 weeks ago, so I don't think that's the problem. When I'm sick, I'm actually sick. You're about to find
another family member that's almost dead.
Hold on. Is your son in daycare yet?
Yeah.
Well, wait till. So is he like sick every other week with like a cough and sneezing and stuff? Wait till he goes.
No, but I was sick all summer.
That's what people don't understand. Like when your kids start going to school, man, there's germs everywhere. Anyway, I'm picking the Raiders. I'm picking Devontae. I got 1% on my computer. Whoa.
I don't know what happened.
Where'd you go?
I don't know.
Perfect time to wrap before my computer dies anyway. I got 1%, I just realized.
All right. Thanks, Horvat.
Thanks, buddy.